All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brad. Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series heat race is getting ready to roll out onto the Speedway here in just a moment. Going to have 4 heat races, 8 laps the distance in each one of those, where the top 4 will transfer over to the main event. The rest will have to come from one of the NRC oil pumps B mains later on tonight. As we got 34 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series late models signed in on the evening. Heat race number 1 going to get ready to grid up here in just a moment. And we'll go ahead and tell you how they'll line up for heat race number 1. Sublimited heat race number 1 with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Row number 1 on the inside. Your pole sitter here tonight. Last night's winner at Newport, Tennessee. It'll be the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. And to the outside, the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee. It'll be Mike Marlar.
Row 2 on the inside. It'll be the 16X Michael Page out of Douglasville, Georgia. Outside the second row from Johnson City, Tennessee, Jensen Ford in the 83.
Moving back to the inside of row number 3. In the 97, Carter Maryville, Tennessee, it'll be Bobby Giffen. And to the outside in the 1G out of Seymour, Tennessee, it's Rusty Ballinger.
Fourth row on the inside, it'll be Trent Ivey out of Union, South Carolina, in car number 88. Outside the fourth row, in the 215 car, Jameson McBride out of Danbury, North Carolina.
And shotgun on the field, all back there by himself in row number 5. The longest way to go. And Rome, Georgia. One of the Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year contenders. It'll be Super Mario Gresham. 9 drivers getting ready to go. 8 laps to distance. We're live. Once again, want to appreciate each and every one of you tuning in live on the Facebook and the YouTube with the free look in right now. You can head over to huntthefront.tv to catch all the action here tonight. Getting ready to grin up for heat race number 1. Got Will Dykes in the flag stand. Give a shout out to him and his new fiance Taylor in the house with us. Will proposed this afternoon and she said yes, so congratulations to Will up there in the flag stand.
Way to go, Will. I'm not sure who gets the better part of that deal, her or him.
That's a very, very big deal, and he seemed pretty excited about it. And, Mary, that's a long-term commitment. Him and Taylor.
Will's a good kid.
Great kid, great flagman, and he shows the field 1 to go right here. Sublimited heat race number 1. Going to get ready to come to life next time on turn number 4. Couple of veterans on the front row. The Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. The Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar, your front row. Going to lead the field to the green coming out of turn number 4.
And the field bunching up as they hit turn number 3. They'll approach the Earnhardt Technologies Group starting zone. They're in it. They're on it. Mining construction, green flags out, and we're racing.
And it's going to be Owens going to take the race lead down the back straightaway. They're side by side for second. Marlar will have the advantage on the outside. Then it's Michael Page sitting back in position number 3. Jensen Ford holding on the 4th and final transfer spot as Jimmy Owens leads lap number 1.
The 1G, Rusty Ballinger, he's the first driver on the outside looking in that 5th spot as he tries to close in on Jensen Ford as they shoot down the back straightaway. Out front, Jimmy Owens working the high side in car number 20. Mike Marlar second, Michael Page third, and Jensen Ford in the 4th and final transfer spot.
Owens still showing the way down the back straightaway. Marlar in second, and it's Page and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are your 4 in the transfer right now. Owens coming around to lead another lap. 3 down. 5 remaining. Heat race number 1. Sublimited heat race number 1.
Top 3 in your picture down the back straightaway. Jimmy Owens out in front. Brings him off of 4. Down the front straightaway. He's got an 0.8 of a second lead over Mike Marlar in the 157. As Will Dyke shows him the cross flags. We're at the halfway point. 4 down, 4 to go.
Boy, Jimmy Owens has looked strong all weekend long and still showing the way out in front here in heat race and number 1. Marlar still trying to find the right line to run him down. It's Michael Page, Jensen Ford. Those are your 4 in the good spot right now. The 1G of Rusty Ballinger on the outside looking in, as well as the 97 of Bobby Giffen. As Will Dyke shows him 2 sticks in the air, 2 more trips around.
Jimmy Owens working that high side. Mike Marlar trying to close in the last couple of laps, running the inside groove in the 157 as they work turns 3 and 4. Jimmy Owens will lead him down. 2. The Barron's Performance 1 to go signal. White flag is out.
Marlar trying to close the distance out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, but Owens running away with it into turn number 3 and 4 one final time. Jimmy Owens, he'll go back and win the sub-limited heat race in number 1. Mike Marlar second, Michael Page and Jensen Ford will be your 4 in the good spot here in heat race number 1.
Rusty Ballinger, the first driver on the outside looking in, so he'll have the pole position for 1 of 2 B-main races, the last chance qualifier races coming up. And now the next order of business for Jimmy Owens, besides going across the scales to make sure that he makes the required weight and the infamous droop check, where they check the rear suspension of the car, jack it up in the air, and make sure it meets those requirements. But after those 2 chores are done, he's got a very important thing he's got to do, and that's to go see our Hunter Jordan, not only for the interview, but for the Jericho Transmissions redraw. He'll draw 1 of 4 numbers out of a bag, 1 through 4. Whatever number he draws, that's where he's going to start in the main event. As he is at the droop check, let's turn it over to Hunter Jordan.
Going to give Jimmy a second to get the helmet off. Well, Jimmy, you got the win last night. You got the quick time qualifier award tonight, a heat race win. Man, the momentum's really rolling for this 20 team.
It's definitely a good start for the night, that's for sure. So, we got a good spot, so maybe we can keep it rolling and get us another win tonight.
Jimmy now going to draw in the Jericho Transmission redraw. Jimmy Owens going to start 4th tonight, coming off a win last night, currently sitting 2nd in the point standings. Give it up for the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens.
All right, heat racing number 2. Get ready to roll out onto the Speedway Coltman Farms. Heat racing number 2, and this is how they will line up. Starting on the front row pole on the inside, the 17M out of Chickamauga, Georgia. That'll be the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell. And to the outside, the 14 Junior out of St. Augustine, Florida. It'll be the future Trey Mills.
Inside of row number 2, it'll be Josh Putnam out of Florence, Alabama in the 212. On the outside in car number 10, Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida.
Row number 3 on the inside, the 388 car, 2024 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Rookie of the Year. That'll be Jackson Heiss. And to the outside, the 126 out of Rogersville, Tennessee, it's Cade Loudy.
Peyton Freeman starts on the inside of the 4th row in the F1 car out of Commerce, Georgia. Rounding out the field on the outside of row 4 in the M2 car out of Birmingham, Alabama, Caden Mullinex.
Boy, Roby, this is a pretty stacked heat race right here. The Mac Daddy Dale McDowell alongside Trey Mills in row number 1, the 2023 Hunt the Front champion. Inside of row 2, Josh Putnam alongside Joseph Joyner. Joyner didn't have quite the night that he wanted to last night. Ready to put that in the rearview mirror and start all over again tonight. But he's had a couple of wins over the last month or so in the super late model and the modified, looking to get back with the momentum in the 10 car.
Currently 9th in the point standing, so he'll be looking to move up. But he's got the business at hand right now. He's got to come from 4th and stay in that top 4 to make the big show. Field bunching up in turn 3 as they approach the Earnhardt Technology Group starting box. If everything looks good, they'll come out of there and take the mining construction green flag. They're in it. They're on it. Green flag's out, and we're racing.
And a good start down the front straightaway for Mac Daddy. Dale McDowell already pulling out to the race lead. How about 3 wide for 3rd? Josh Putnam through the middle. He'll take over 3rd down the back straightaway. Joseph Joyner will fall back to 4th, maybe even more, because here comes the 388 car of Jackson Heiss.
Jackson Heiss on the move from that inside groove, but it'll be Joyner with the better bite. He'll stay in that 4th and final transfer spot. Heiss on the outside looking in. Here's your battle between the 14, Trey Mills, and Josh Putnam. The young gun versus the veteran, and it'll be the 212. Putnam throwing the slider in 1 and 2 and moving up.
Mac Daddy Dale McDowell going to come around. He'll lead another lap. It'll be 3 down, 5 remaining. Josh Putnam already up to 2nd. Trey Mills back to 3rd. And it's Joseph Joyner holding down the 4th and final transfer spot. Jackson Heiss trying to run him down the back straightaway as Dale McDowell will come around. Will Dykes cross flags in the air halfway home.
Dale McDowell, he has got over a 1.5 second lead now. over Josh Putnam in the 212 car with Trey Mills third. Fourth is Joseph Joyner. So Joyner trying to race his way in tonight. Had to take a provisional last night down in Blue Ridge, Georgia at Sugar Creek Raceway.
Cade Melinek pulls to the infield. The M2 car, we stay green as Mac Daddy Dale McDowell going to show the way. Will Dykes with twin sticks in the air. Two more trips around here at the Coltman Farms Heat Race number 2.
So Dale McDowell, another driver, picking it up where he left off last night. He and Jimmy Owens had a big battle for that lead in the second half of our 40-lap feature event last night. White flag in the air. So the Barron's Performance 1 to go being shown to the drivers. The Mac Daddy with a 1.5-second lead over Josh Putnam. Joseph Joyner, he's back in that 4th spot behind Trey Mills. Joyner with a 2.5-second advantage over Jackson Hayes.
Dale McDowell, he'll come around to pick up the win here in Coltman Farms Heat Race number 2. Josh Putnam second, Trey Mills third, and Joseph Joyner will race his way into the show here at the Coltman Farms Heat Race number 2.
Jackson Hayes, first driver on the outside looking in, so he'll get a front row spot for one of our 2 last chance qualifier races coming up a little bit later on this evening. Coming home with the win in the 17M, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer out of Chickamauga, Georgia, Dale McDowell.
He'll call across the scales, get the weight check, the droop check, and then he'll go down there with Hunter Jordan for the Jericho transmission redrawn. The 4 has already been drawn, so 1, 2, and 3 still up for grabs in the bag. And Mac Daddy going to make his way over to Hunter Jordan, who'll be standing by for the 17.
Mac Daddy drew the 1 last night. Let's see if he can do it again tonight. Hunter, it's all yours, my friend.
Down here, waiting on Dale to get the helmet off. Dale, so far so good. You started out really strong last night, still got a podium run. You a little more motivated tonight?
Well, you're motivated every night as much as you can be. The racetrack's really slick right now. So hopefully when the sun goes down, it'll widen out and won't get one lane. But it's slick, smooth, top to bottom. And so hopefully we can keep this Reach Motorsports, Klotz and Cometic, all of our sponsors there, happy and keep this thing up front. And I'll list them all later if we can get on the podium or win this thing.
Dale now going to draw on the Jericho transmission redraw. And the Mac Daddy going to start off the pole. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of Heat Race number 2, the 2005 World 100 champion, Mac Daddy Dale McDowell.
All right, so
front row again for the Mac Daddy.
Yeah, Mac Daddy drawing some good numbers here this weekend, drawing himself another front row. MD3, Heat Race number 3, making their way to the Speedway right now. And starting on the front row pole, the 57 car, your current Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series point leader at it. In Norrie, South Carolina, the 57, it'll be Zach Mitchell. And to the outside, the 44D out of Salem, Alabama, it'll be Juicy Dalton Cook.
Sam Seawright, car number 16 out of Fort Payne, Alabama, starts on the inside of the second row. Outside row 2 at the C6, it's our Base Race Fuels Rookie of the Year point leader, Oakley Johns out of Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Row 3 on the inside. The C5 out of Maryville, Tennessee, it'll be David Crabtree. And to the outside, the 59, another Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year candidates out of Cornersville, Tennessee, it's Dillard Hatchett.
Pair of